look, it is a part of the Christian faith. You are supposed to gatekeep not from followers, but wolves.
Yes.
You're supposed to protect against wolves at the door. All right. We're talking about gimmickry, and we're talking about authenticity and sincerity. Just like I had to say.
We're done talking about Ashley Sinclair. Come on.
Or the cheat creator.
Yeah. I get it. And by the way, before anyone throws out, like I said, very imperfect Christian.
Right.
Okay. Very imperfect Christian. Before anyone throws out, you ever looked at porn? Of course. I'm a man who was born in 1987 and came into the age of the internet when there were no pop-up blockers. All right? Just stop. So that brings us to this question is, should people who have engaged in subverting perverting American values or traditional values, should they be embraced and given a podium if they declare to be conservatives or Christians? That's the question. And then it comes down to, okay, how do you make that judgment? Are we allowed to make judgments? So former OnlyFans human friction doll, Nala Ray, is going to be speaking at TPUSA's Young Women's Leadership Summit later this month. Now, look, of course, it's not like Christians, forgiveness, of course, you want people to come into the fold. I've got it, okay? And after making millions of dollars in sex work, she turned to Christianity in 2023. Okay, great. Here's the thing. Can someone come in and sit in class? Is it okay to say, yeah, you're welcome in the class. Yeah, you're welcome in the church. You can't teach it. You're not welcome on the podium. We're certainly not going to put you in a position of leadership on account of the fact that you made all of your fortune through prostitution. This happened, by the way, with Kanye West. Remember when he came out with his gospel? We did an entire segment on it. We said, hey, that's great. I hope his conversion is genuine. I think he has some good gospel songs in his album. Probably shouldn't be leading church. And you guys heard his recent banger.
Now he's hailing Hitler with a group of his church.
Yes, exactly.
We can't say.
And so now you're looking at, when people talk about, hey, conservative influencers with the young generation, and TPUSA has a very strong college presence, and they have a lot of female representatives who are at these colleges. Nala Ray is going to be speaking. So is that a prudent decision because some people have had a discussion about this? Again, welcome someone in the fold, doesn't make them a teacher. So now we have to say, okay, is this a good idea? And it can only be a good idea if we absolutely believe that this person is sincere. I will ask you this. Let me frame this really, really simply. What bad can possibly come from a new convert? If you're even remotely skeptical, what bad can possibly come from saying, hey, you're welcome, come on in, submit yourself to the authority of a church, take some lessons here, immerse yourself in theology, be silent, and let's see where this goes. What bad can possibly come from that? What good can possibly come from, you were gangbanging last week? Come here and preach a sermon or teach a course. What bad can come from the first? What good can come from the second? Because I'm telling you, this mistake has been made many, many, many times. So, is Nala Ray sincere? Well, we have to go to the tail of the tape. And concerning is that she has told you that she specifically lies her ass off just to grow her brand.
As a viral creator on OnlyFans, like when I was on OnlyFans about 8-9 months ago, I went on so many podcasts because I knew the only way to grow my OnlyFans was to be viral. And it's such an oversaturated platform right now. And I've been on it for like 5.5 years. So everything I've said on podcasts is complete clickbait. I did it to go viral to then make money. And so many people believed it. So for me, I made up this complete character that everyone believed in, and everyone was like, I was very controversial to people, and I was very, some people really, really liked me. But at the end of the day, social media is just fake news.
Wait, so you basically, you lied about everything?
Yeah, pretty much.
It's cute.
Funny.
How do we know?
If it stopped there.
How do we know she's genuine now, right? If someone, it's not the same as saying, hey, I was wrong. Someone saying, well, I was just lying. That was how I was going to build a career. I knew I was lying, and I lied. And now I go, well, how do we know you're not lying now? Oh, I'm not, but you just said that you lie, right? That's very different because you've set it up acknowledging that you lie. And it's especially on issues of spirituality and theology, if you're going to be at a leadership summit for young conservative women, Is that fair? And so now we can go to, okay, does it seem like she is still lying because she said that's what she does? Some alarm bells that go off. And again, I hope that her conversion is genuine and she is welcome in the church, would have a conversation with her. Very different from a position of leadership. Here she is. We've already found some pretty significant lies since the conversion immediately. Here she is telling Rachel Wilson on that whatever podcast that she's never started a ministry.
How does church history make you saved? How does church history make you saved?
You quit OF and started a ministry, and now you're out here teaching people.
I never started a ministry. I never started a ministry.
Then why are you on here correcting people about theology?
What, your husband?
Don't know the first thing about
your
it.
husband who's calling me names? You're mad at me for correcting your husband who's calling me names and saying I'm not a Christian?
That also is not, he was saying that you shouldn't be defending the prostitution as permissible by saying it's not prostitution. So, okay, I've never started a ministry. Except she literally sells you courses right now for 15, the anointed pathway.
Oh, boy.
Well, is that a ministry or is that a business?
Yeah, for $15 to $50 a month. Got to keep those monthly subscriptions coming in.
Can I just read the
nice
words?
model.
Yeah, read the words.
Founded by Nala Ray and Jordan Giordano, this ministry... I mean, did you start it this year?
So hold on a second. I lied to get ahead. I lied to trick, because guys are easy to trick. I lied. Yeah, okay. Are you lying now? No, I've never started a ministry. On your website, hey, look at our ministry. You can join it for $15 to $50 a month. And TPUSA says, lead our young women, sweetheart.
Is it brand new? Because that video is from November. Were you planning to start a ministry?
She immediately started selling merch.
Yeah,
It's like the moment she became a Christian, profit. Profit off sex, profit off Christians.
Yeah.
I don't go to church. Does it cost money to join a ministry typically?
No.
Not typically.
I've been to church before, and they didn't charge me anything. There wasn't a cover.
I mean, you can buy books, or you can pay for like the materials in a class at church sometimes.
Sure, but she's charging a fee for her ministry. Like that sounds like a cover charge when you go into the church.
Right.
Like they're checking IDs and giving you MDMA.
Yes. But
you end up doing porn.
Hey, I want to skip the next clip and go to the ASMR one. So, sure. Hey, look, maybe you too spend $15 to $50 a month to join what is labeled a ministry on a website, but they claim is not a ministry. Right. That's kind of your view of Christianity.
Does she have a pay-per-view option?
Well, no. But if not, the good news is we all know that nothing brings folks to Christ like this type of content, titled Tingly ASMR Unboxing. You won't believe what's inside.
Give me a break.
So you could come.
Vagina.
I have a very special video for you. I've never done an unboxing before, so this is gonna be fun.
I hate this.
Your story has a villain. The box has lots of fun things to touch.
I'll bet. There you go. This is the kind of content you can find. That's how we all handle rolling pins.
Never going to have to buy bread ever again. I've tried many recipes, but this one, oh.
The city's cold, it whispers lies. Hop out the car, flexing like Sylvester. No, sir.
Actually, that's very honest.
What are those videos made for?
Yeah.
If that's not sexual content.
Well, you see the one
Like,
where she has the frosting? She goes,
Yeah, she makes orgasms. In that video with the rolling pin, I watched that one earlier. She stroked it, first of all. Who's that for? That's not for women. That's not for straight women.
yeah. I don't know.
You're turning on, what are you making, cinnamon roll? By the way, you guys, you missed the best part. They look like they got jizz on top of them.
That's the whole thing.
It's disgusting. And she's making orgasm faces the whole video. Like it's sexually charged. How is that not?
Yeah. I mean, and I want to go back to a point that you made, and Jeremy the Quarter, you made this point too, right? We either believe in forgiveness or we don't.
Sure.
We do. I believe in forgiveness 100%. And the clip that you played about her lying, if that was the end of it, then it wouldn't matter going forward. If she was just sitting in a church somewhere doing her thing, I'd be like, okay, fine.
Sure,
That's
of course
cool.
not. No problem.
But all of this stuff that you're still kind of out there doing, and this whole thing that you're branding yourself as it's almost like you're the porn Christian right now.
Yeah.
Those things really don't mix.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
like
you're
oil
right.
and water.
Well,
like you're not able to be the porn Christian.
This is not the first time. And again,
porn again?
Yeah. It's one of those things, too, where it's the church, and unfortunately this movement has embraced what they view as celebrity or what they've novelty, gimmickry. And so, look, it is a part of the Christian faith. You are supposed to gatekeep not from followers, but wolves.
Yes.
You're supposed to protect against wolves at the door. You can't get outraged over mega pastors and people like Benny Hinn and snake handling and cash stuffed into the walls, and at the same time say, yeah, the person who charges $15 to $50 a month for ministry courses in paths to contentment, which, by the way, is just another form of carnal pleasure, to be clear. It's using God like your own self-help ATM machine. You can't be upset about one and not the other and say, this is a good place to put this person as far as a position of leadership. No, when you're a new Christian, you're supposed to be in a position of, you're supposed to be a subordinate. You're supposed to be submitting to the authority and leadership, because you don't be like me getting on a skateboard today, then tomorrow going, Mr. Hawk, let me show you. He'd be like, go screw yourself. What are you talking about?
Be like me giving workout tips.
Or her giving workout tips.
Yeah.
Or lip filler tips. Now, all of this, too, could just be, all right, maybe she's not lying. When she said, I don't have a ministry, I've never started a ministry, and then on the website it says ministry. Maybe her husband wrote that and she didn't write that. Maybe her saying that she lies specifically to get ahead. Maybe that's just being taken out of context. Well, okay, even if I granted you all of that, she's being put in a position of leadership specifically because people say she could reach these other people who are on OnlyFans. But I don't agree. I don't agree with the premise, because I don't believe that someone like that with no foundation in the faith will lead people more effectively than actual pastors who know the word.
100%.
But even then, I don't know if she would be capable, considering that, and here's one thing, guys, if nothing else, if you don't agree with any of it and you're taking it as a lying and it's not a ministry and she should be charging monthly fees, if you agree with nothing else, can we all agree as Christians, or even if you're not a Christian objectively, the denial of the Holy Trinity is apostasy?
Jesus is God's son. Yeah.
No, Jesus is God. You're a Trinitarian. Jesus is God.
Well, I'm not a Trinitarian. I believe in the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, but he's called the Son of God because he's the Son of God.
No, he's called by John, God himself. He allowed himself to be prayed to. Jesus Christ is God.
Yeah. You can pray to Jesus, absolutely, but he is God's son.
No, he is God. The Trinity.
Then why does the Bible specifically say that God is in heaven on the throne and Jesus is at his right hand? They are two, but they are also one.
No, listen, there is one God.
What Bible are you reading? Like, for me, it's like communion means something different for everyone, but communion means relationship. You are communing with the Holy Spirit. You are being in one. You are literally becoming like one with them.
Can you bring back up her course, guys? What it's called there, the Collage F1.
Is it from knees to knees, still on my knees?
Yeah, I think it is. Collage F1. Can you guys bring that up really fast? The Anointed Pathway. The Anointed Pathway. And it's all about finding your purpose and breaking free from baggage. She said that it means different things to everyone, talking about communion. She said it about Christianity as well. Well, if it means, as a Christian, I'm a Christian, if Jesus Christ said, I am the way, the truth, and the light, there is no way to the Father except through me, meaning not all religions are equal. There's only one path to the Father, only one path to heaven. Hell is real. It sucks. And if you don't take the one path, that's where you're headed. For someone to say, well, that could mean a lot of things to a lot of different people, doesn't it then mean nothing at all? How do you teach? And my question is, why is she leading anybody? Of course you can forgive someone. Of course you can welcome someone. Hey, welcome to the classroom. You can't teach. Oh, welcome to the church. You can't get on the podium. Hey, welcome as a guest on this show. You're not the host. Why is this a hard concept to understand? And again, I'm going to ask you, what harm could possibly come from telling someone like this, a new convert who at best has no understanding of the faith, at worst is subverting it to sell a course that could also very likely be apostasy? What harm could possibly come from the approach of, great, welcome, be quiet, listen, learn, and submit yourself to the authority of people here who've been doing this for a very long time, and we hope that you're with us for years to come. What harm could possibly come from that? What net good can possibly come from giving someone who has made all of their fortune off of sex work, told you that she will lie to you, and is now selling you new courses? What good can possibly come from giving her a podium to lead other people? Because they can definitely be led astray. Sincerity, authenticity, that's a currency that is in short supply today. Hey, if you're still watching this, you may be one of the 6 million or so subscribers on YouTube who is, for one reason or another, I don't understand it, still here. So back in the day, I would say click one of these videos and subscribe, but really just head on over to my channel on Rumble. Follow me there. I'm live 5 days a week, 11 a.m. Eastern, and I actually say the things that I mean to say. On YouTube, it's everyone here is kind of neutered, really, and there's just a general lack of testicular energy, but I mean that in the heterosexual way. Mostly.